Welcome to the episode Middle Ground with JLE, L.L.C, where we treat you like family. That's the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, The JLE Experience. I own the music, copyright, Facebook, nothing. I have another amazing guest for you today. I have Detroit's own EVO-ART collection owner, Angel Young. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you for doing it. So,
No problem. No problem.
first question, what led you to this path?
Okay. What led me to my career path? I was in a domestic violence relationship for about 2.5 years, and to make a long story short, I got to a point where I just felt purposeless and I didn't want to be alive anymore. But I had this amazing encounter with God that really changed my life. And he he moved me to start my business to help other women promote spiritual awareness, mental health, and so on.
Awesome. Now, you have the company, I guess, if I'm saying it right, EVO-ART collection.
Correct.
What is
Yes.
it, and how did you come up with that name?
So EVO-ART collection, I came up with the name Evolve, but I merged it with art because that is my business. So I decided to put Evo and art together, and that's how we got EVO-ART collection. Um, and you said, how did I come up with the business?
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been into art since I was a little girl.
Okay.
But when I got into that relationship, I basically completely stopped drawing. Like, I lost my passion for it. And you always get people like never stop going and
Oh,
and
hey, that
pushing
happened.
you and stuff.
Hey,
Yeah, and I'm like, leave me alone. Like,
hey, I stopped doing
I'm
music for a
tired.
while, so I understand. I was straight
I'm like,
corporate
cut
trying to get my degree. I wasn't thinking about writing a note or a chord or nothing.
Right. I'm like, I'm good. But after that situation, I realized I did have a purpose. And I decided to tell my story through my artwork because that's how I speak. I've always
Oh,
had communication problems. So a picture can say 1,000 words. You know what I'm saying? So
man.
that is why I decided to start my business.
Now, do you have some of your art available to show for the people?
Um, some of it's hanging on the wall here. If you can see 3 pieces, there's a fourth piece over there, but
Okay.
those are the pieces right now. The rest of them are packed up. I have a show in April that I'm getting prepared for, so it's a little messy.
Okay. So, at what age did you start painting or drawing or both?
I want to say 7 or 8. I want to say. Um, Originally, it started off at a baby shower, and
Okay.
my sister, she's an artist too, but she retired, like she's done with it. And she used to like make fun of me. Oh, you can't
Oh.
draw better than me, and like I'm like, yes,
Oh.
I can, and I'm like
Oh.
crying to my mom and stuff, like I can't draw, I can't draw. So I guess that lit a fire under me, and I'm still doing it. So
Okay. I know you was at Dr. Jan's book release,
hmm
and you told your story of abuse relationship and coming out of it.
hmm
I was blown away by the art pieces. Like, wow,
Thank you.
she really put that truly into every stroke of it of what it was.
Thank you. You know what's crazy too? Like when I said when that relationship I did stop drawing, but towards like when I escaped basically,
Hmm.
this piece right here is the piece that I started. This is the very first piece that
Okay.
I completed. I named it D&D, Discouraged Not Defeated.
Okay.
Um, Based off of the day that I was going to commit suicide. I got 5 calls. I got 3 from my granny and 2 from my pastor at the time. And I had my phone to do not disturb, so I didn't expect any calls. I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And
I remember that you said that at
I
the
was just really like, oh my gosh, like, why now? Like, why now out of all times? And I talked to my granny, and she's just like, she's encouraging me. She's like, you just really on my spirit. And she just kept saying, God don't give you more than what you can bear. And she was just like, really encouraging me. And I'm like, you don't even know what's going on. My granny's 96. Like, she's 96. She has no clue what was going on. She forgot I was away at school. You know what I'm saying? So I was just really like, oh my goodness. And when I look back and people are like, that piece is so powerful. And I'll just be like, oh, thank you. Like, it hit me afterwards. Like, when I look at it, like, wow, I guess I did put all my emotions in this piece.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess I could ask as a fellow creative, when you're done, do you have that sense of, I put all that out there, people gonna look at it?
You know, for a while, I will say sometimes I
Okay.
still feel that way. When I originally did my exhibit back in July of 2022, that was my first exhibit I hosted by myself. And that
Wow,
was
that's
just
awesome.
me putting, thank you, all of the whole collection, because this is only 3 of 17 pieces of the whole story, right?
Wow.
So, I was so nervous. I'm crying. Everybody at the exhibit crying. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. You know what I'm saying? And I had to push back the fear. I had to really understand the purpose of it all. What is the reason God led me to do this? And I had people coming up like, oh my God, I'm going through this right now. I can't believe this. I never knew you went through this. It's so powerful. So, you know, I still critique myself a little bit too hard sometimes, but you got to look at the bigger purpose of it. So that's
Man,
how I try to see it.
when I was on that corporate ladder, like I'm getting my management degree, I'm done with music. I'm profit margins. But my homeboy from Wayne State, he had dropped a track on Facebook. I'm like, oh, it's talking to me. No, we done. We done with that. I mean, we corporate margin, profit, corporate rate.
Yeah.
But, man, you should do your autobiography with that. So, no, we done. Like, we got to do it. And so I bought the track from him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? Let's see, can you really make a dope album?
Mm-hmm.
You never made no more music. Give it all you got. And so when I got in the studio, they started saying that sounded corny.
Oh no, not corny.
Well,
Oh no.
and it's funny when I used to tell people when I was younger, man, you know, New Edition, they was singing rap. I'm gonna make an album. I'm gonna do both. And I forgot about that. So he was like, you know, I think it'd be dope if you sing rap in this. I'm like, look here, player. I ain't mad at the world like Pac no more. I don't smoke that weed. I don't drink that drink. I can't rap.
Yeah.
Like, no, if you did it, you can do it sober. Like, I don't know, man. I was mad at the world going through stuff. And weed in my system, bro. Like, nah, it's going. I can't. I don't know nothing about rap. Like, trust me. All right, well, he's a producer. He know better than me. I guess I give it a try. And I'm doing it. And by the third time, he like, you sound kind of corny, Jeff. Like, I'm from the D. Whoa, wait a minute. What you mean?
Right.
Corny?
Don't come
I
for me like
gunshots
that.
going to class. I ain't corny. So I had a thought to myself, like, ain't no cussing, but he won't Pac, Jeff. That's he won't. He won't that Pac out of you. Like, all right, I got you. Let's go. So if you hear Jesus forgave me, anybody watching it, and you hear the first verse, because the first verse talk about January 6, 91, my father died. Like, that word, and it reminded me of Temptations on how that dude's like, this, you ain't got the right emotion with that type of date. I'm like, that Pop. So if you hear that first verse, I was pissed off. Like, you gonna respect me.
Right. Don't come for
me. I ain't met the man on one, but I'm okay. You ain't gonna call me corny up in this booth, bro.
I can do this.
I did it, but it was still a thing of, man, my music is really me. So I feel naked. I'll sing in private. I don't do this with nobody around. Like, wait a minute. So he played me some of his earlier stuff, and it sounded bad, just to show me, like, for us to get what you're trying to do, you got to get comfortable around me. Totally. So, I mean, I know this is very personal and private, but I gotta be in this room with you, so you can't feel that way with me here, or what you trying to bring to life ain't gonna make it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I
Right.
guess you got okay. I guess I gotta let this dude in if I'm really trying to see how good a music I can really make.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's eye opening thing as an artist to really finally do that.
Mm-hmm.
Really start seeing how far you can go with it.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. When I actually spoke at Dr. Jan's job, Open Arms,
Mm-hmm.
um, my mother's friend, she also works there, and she's an advocate for sex trafficking and domestic violence. And she's like,
Okay.
I didn't know you went through this. I think you should come speak here. And I was like, wrong person. Like, sorry, get somebody else to do it. And she's
Uh-huh.
like, you know what? I'm gonna call you in a couple of weeks, and maybe you'll change your mind. And I was like, no, I'm not. Have a great day. I was like,
I
I'm not a
got you.
speaker. Like, I'm good. I just, do my art show because it's literally my storyline. And I prayed about it and I fasted and I was like, God, do you want me to do this? And he
Mm-hmm.
told me, yeah. And I was like, oh, I don't know. But I was like, am I gonna be disobedient and do it? Or do it or not do it? And I ended up doing
Mm-hmm.
it. And I met a beautiful group of ladies. And
Oh,
it was an amazing experience. And that's how I actually got led to her book signing too. So
okay.
it's pretty interesting.
Did you sell all those pieces from the signing already?
No, I did not. I did not. I didn't.
Now, have you thought about putting it in like a book and telling that story with with those paintings?
I have not. That actually might be a great idea to do, quite frankly. Yeah, I think that's a good idea to do. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
Spider,
tap into that.
I mean, I wrote a book, so Spider's just like she an author too, bro. Just dip your hand in the water and see if she is or not. And I just see those pictures
Yeah,
on the page with as you telling your story
I
in
might have
words,
to do
and
that.
just looking at that like, okay.
You just gave me an idea. Thank you. I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah. It was funny because when I came up with like how I was gonna do the exhibit at first, I was like, okay, I'll just put what each piece means under it. But I woke up the morning of the exhibit. I'm still working on this piece right here.
Okay.
And I'm like struggling. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? I didn't even finish the cards. And then God just downloaded it like, just tell your story. Like, don't over stress it. They all
Mm-hmm.
connect in some way. So just do that. And that's just how I came up with the storyline. I came up with it the morning of the event. And I was just like my chest was just beating. I was just so nervous. I'm like, I don't know if I can put that out there, God. This is tell all my business. Like,
Man, I feel you. I hey, hey, when I wrote my first book about me getting my degree and trying to inspire someone,
Mhm.
I had to put in there. I attempted suicide in high school. I'm like, and I wrote the book that July. Was it 02?
Mhm.
02 or 01? Or I mean 22 or 21. But I'm like, I'm not releasing it. Nope. I mean,
Sorry.
just like Andre 3000, forever, ever. This book for
Right.
ever.
Exactly.
He tried that. They know this. New.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Mm,
hard though. It's definitely hard to push yourself past the just thinking other people are going to judge you and like your own insecurities. And yeah, that's something guys just been walking me through. Like, girl, you good? I got you. Quit trying to control stuff.
Oh, God can be Debo
So
at times because he's straight.
yeah.
He's like, you need to get on Amazon, KDP, figure this out, and release this book within the next 2 hours.
Not two
I'm not
hours.
gonna let go of your ear. Like this dude really on my head right now. Like I was just woke up to pay my bills. I ain't think about that book, and it was in September. Like, all right, I'm go ahead.
That is
I don't want no
hilarious.
smoke, and it
Right,
did help people.
exactly.
It did help people, and
I
I was
like that.
blown away that one person helped overseas. He
Hmm.
said it gave him a reason to keep going. I'm like, whoa.
Oh,
So that's why I really need to write this book.
yeah. You never know who
Okay.
your story is going to impact. Like it was funny. Like I said, there was people walking up to me after my event. One of them was a poet I actually sought out, and she
Okay.
was doing spoken word, and she was like, you know, I was really battling coming in here. I was gonna leave, like I was just battling with God about coming. I was just really nervous because you know it was my first time meeting her. And
Mm-hmm.
then she stayed through it. She was like, now I know why I was battling so tough. Like this story is crazy. So that's why it pushes me to put my story out there still. Because even when I put the storyline on my Instagram, I was just like, oh no, I took it down like 3 times. Like I was like, no, sorry God, like I can speak in your
Uh-huh.
words, but put it online. I just can't do that. But I just left it up there, and I'm like, stop trying to control stuff. You got stuff for a purpose. So
Now speaking of your Instagram, you have the scripture John 15:5. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. What made
yeah,
you put that scripture on your page?
that's actually the that's that's what he led me to for my business. That's my
Okay.
logo, a tree. If you pay attention to scripture, there's a lot of different references about trees.
Yeah.
So that's basically what motivated me when I first started my business.
Mm-hmm.
I kept seeing trees everywhere. Like, of course, there's trees everywhere, right? But
I got you.
like, um, it was like in a different way. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm like, okay, why are these trees speaking to me? And like, but yeah, that's what. And I kept coming across different scriptures about trees, and that's one that really stood out to me because when I first started my business, I was like, okay, God, I know it's for purpose,
Mm-hmm.
but I need a little bit more information. Like people I don't know about, they're telling me different stuff about trees. They don't even know what I'm going through. They don't know that I'm starting a business, and it was just confirmation after confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And that scripture was just like the setting stone of everything. So
Okay. Know that. Oh, we're in the part of the show where to market you.
to market me,
Go ahead.
well, my name is Angel. I am the founder of EVO-ART Collection. I sell prints, cups, tumblers, notebooks. Getting ready to release a line where I sell at-home paint kits, so look out for that. I have a show in April, Black Girl Art Show in Chicago that I'm looking forward to, and I hope you guys enjoy the artwork.
Awesome. And on the screen is her website, EVO-ARTcollection.com. You want to get some of her products? Okay. Next question. What has been your biggest challenge on your journey?
My biggest challenge, we kind of discussed it a little bit, but just getting over your own insecurities, because in a way, or honestly, anxiety in a way, you can
Mm-hmm.
kind of have all these voices in your head, you can't do this and all this stuff. That's definitely been one of the biggest challenges. Besides healing, I would say healing. When you're coming out of an abusive relationship is a whole different psychological thing that you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one thing I had to learn to release so I could be free. There's definitely power in your healing. So once I did that, the fruit started to bear. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you ever get to the forgiveness to totally be free?
absolutely. Yep,
Awesome.
that's another huge key, forgiveness. Yeah, and a lot of people, I was just talking to a friend about this the other day. She's like, how could I forgive? Like I'm just gonna be angry. And I'm like, babe, the forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. Because why hold on to that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, because they be going on la, and you up here drinking, smoking, down
Angry,
cars.
exactly.
They ain't thinking about you.
They living their life, baby. So
No,
it's
it's like
like
you still tripping over that. That's like 10 years ago. Like what?
exactly. So it's like heal, grow from it, learn from it, push towards the mark.
Now, how has your family reception to you putting your art out in your story?
They've been very supportive. You know, when I was in that relationship, we weren't really in cahoots, like we weren't really
Mm,
connected as much. But when I came home, I moved back in with my best friend and I started to repair those relationships. There's a lot of restoration. And I was just talking to my mom about this because she's like my biggest fan, like she's my
awesome.
biggest supporter. And I told her, I said, Mom, I think I might do an art show. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, you got this, you got it. So they all had my back that day. They came to support, helped, invited others, and it was beautiful. I appreciate my circle. I even got a cousin who anytime I bring, because he's a businessman too. He got like two different businesses, and every time I said, "Cuz, I think I have an idea," he was like, "Oh, you could do this, you could do that." And, he's just springing off ideas, but they're very supportive.
That's awesome.
Yes, it
That book
is.
is probably dope too.
You know.
Just saying. Just saying.
I'm gonna work it out.
Now, as I said, that the fancy you reflect on, in your words, what has been your impact on your journey?
My impact, I would definitely say just helping others, leaving an impact, spreading awareness, whether it's mental health awareness, spiritual awareness, um, just to show people how good God really is. Like, He's not this strict God, or even with mental health. I know a lot of people, especially in the Black community, we tend to run away from therapy because, oh, it's for crazy people and all this other stuff. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? Open your mind. They can help you, even if you don't feel like you need help. They can offer a different perspective on your life, other people, in your life. So I think that's it.
And sometimes you need to unpack because I mean,
Absolutely.
just getting through a global pandemic, whatever
Yep.
if you've been through prior to that,
Yep.
to keep bottled in because it's going to come out
Exactly.
and it might not come out the right way.
Exactly. Thank you. So that's what I try to do as best as I can. Help people my age, older people, so on and so forth.
Okay. Now, because you kind of just so straight to the point with it, I had to mess with you, but it's good because you being you. What advice do you have for someone trying to find their purpose?
Don't give up. The journey is going to be a little difficult. It's not probably going to come right away. Um, Stay positive. Have gratitude. Like I said, it's not going to be easy. So it's going to be times when you're frustrated. You don't understand what God is doing. But all of the times that He has pushed me to do something that I didn't want to do, it bared a lot of fruit. Like, you see it coming to fruition. And I was like, okay, like, I'll do something that I don't want to do. And I'm like, God, I don't want to do it. And He's like, but I want you to do it. And with that being said, like, it'll open doors to bigger things, open my perspective. I'll learn something, meet new people who blessed me. So um, that's another thing I would say. Um, and I guess I could say this too, wherever you are in your journey,
Mhm.
don't be discouraged because, like, it's a preparation season for where He's taking you. So no matter what job you at or what stage in your life, because I was talking to a friend too the other day, and she's like, "I hate this job." Like, she's just so.
I've been there before.
And she's just so frustrated, and I'm just like, just steward over the job well. Got to open doors for something new. Every job that I've had is catered to what I do now. I've learned something from every single job, and it has helped me now being a full-time entrepreneur. So.
Yeah, I can definitely say Pastor Andre years ago did a sermon on Employee of the Month,
Mhm.
and he was cool when he was over Word Effect because he do a lot of skits. So he had like
Mhm.
literally people at work had people gossiping and all that. I'm like, this dude really creative. So I was shocked he did a movie not too long ago. 'Cause when he really
Wow. Yeah, I would
arts
have
and
to listen to
crafts
that.
cut up on the stage, and after it was done, you like, okay, so that's the busybody. This one doing the work, but everybody like, she just always trying to be Miss Goody Goody, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And when you start speaking on, no matter what job you have, you should be employee of the month, because if you appreciate at that level what God got you, when you get to where you're supposed to be, you ain't gonna become that jerk off. Oh, I'm
Right.
this, I'm this, I'm
Stewardship.
the boss, because you appreciate
Right.
here, and now I got to here.
Yeah,
You want
that's
to
another
use it.
one. Humility. Humility. Stewardship, humility. That is really good. That's another one. 100%.
Mhm.
And last thing, I guess I'll say, I'm rambling, but
All right, go ahead.
um don't let certain people get in your head. Like, well, God's journey is God's journey for you. The negative people in your lives. Oh, Siri's talking to me. Naysayers. You're gonna have to tune that out. It's gonna be hard, but
True.
you gotta weed that out.
Your journey is for you, and you might be able to get there and bring others along, but you might have to do it alone. 'Cause they don't.
Right, right. Especially if they're negative. You don't need
Mhm.
that. You
It
trying
is
to grow.
all to fit through. Like, quiet.
Yeah.
You already showed me how to get through there.
Right,
I call
exactly.
you after I get there, because you ain't ready. You on
Yeah.
there, Moses? I can't swim. What we gonna do now? Type stuff. Like, really? That's where we at. Part
Right.
of the sea. I did all this. You like, oh man, I ain't it coming. Never saw this dude. Like, I brought you through all that with this staff, and now you talking this bullshit about, look at him. Now what we gonna
Right.
do? Yeah, don't care. You gotta leave them way back. They straight would be on that, and you start buying it too, and you flip out like,
Exactly.
nope, you gotta be focused.
Oh my God. What's going on?
Yeah, you're like, shut up talking to me. Like, nope, you
Right.
ain't talking to him. Don't listen to him. Like, you get off the
Straight
boat.
ahead.
I come back and get you. Sunday,
Right.
like, you know.
Straight ahead.
Now, I do have a question for any aspiring artists. What's the tip if, say, they want to try to start drawing today? What's the tip you can give them?
Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Be patient with yourself. Like when I look back on all the times I was creating artwork, I was so hard on myself. Like just overly critiquing artwork. Everybody, it looks fine, and I was like, no, it's terrible. Like I hate it. Like I used to rip papers up and stuff,
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything I mess up. And I ran across this one art teacher in high school, and she was
Okay.
like, honey, there's beauty in your mistakes. Like,
Wow. That's not
so after that, it changed my perspective. So if I mess up a drawing or something, I just have to look at it like, you know what? I can actually fix this. I can make it into something because there's beauty in my mistakes. Like, so I think that's what I had. Oh, don't compare yourself to others. That's another one. You're unique. You got a fingerprint for a reason. We don't have the same fingerprint. So God gave you this fingerprint to leave a print on the earth.
That's true.
Your print. So
I know when I used to write songs when I was in high school, I rip up the paper, throw it across the room like, we're never doing this again, because it was a chorus on there that you did like. Now you got to get out of your comfy spot and go get that piece of paper.
right.
So you're not gonna be that type of artist. Like, we're not doing that again.
Yeah,
Just
I learned to
put a line
relax.
through it and keep going.
I learned to relax. I'll be looking back like, wow, I used to be tripping. Like sometimes paint will, like when you're painting, it'll drip. And you're like, I just did this perfect piece. It's messed up now. So now I got to do it over.
Now, I give you a wild story. The first song I ever wrote, I was in 8th grade back in '92. It was front and back. I'm showing everybody. I wrote a song. They're like, but Jeff, it's front and back. I don't care. I wrote a song. I wrote my baby face. I'm on that level now. I'm about to do it. And like, but Jeff is like, what, 10 minutes? Like, don't worry about all that.
Right.
I wrote it. You hear this chorus, read it. They didn't hear nothing. They just like, you recorded this. This boy be on here for like an hour. Like, always hating. You know, I wrote it, man, out of thin air. That's the point.
Right.
That's the point. Thin air. I wrote this. What are flowers? What are conquering hero.
Right.
They didn't understand. That's what I wanted to hear. They didn't get it.
Look,
I
you
stopped
a
caring what
businessman.
people.
That's all that matters.
I still had it years ago, and I found it like, yeah, this you do it.
Look, keep it and cherish it.
But you did write it out of thin air.
Exactly.
That's the point. Out
You
of
wrote
nothing
it.
became something. So hey, you will never record that because that's way too long.
That is hilarious.
But it was,
Look, put it in a picture frame.
yeah, I think I did rewrite it, but I probably got like over 100 some songs written in. Oh man, my notebooks for Wayne State.
Oh God,
Ain't
they're
doing
filled.
nothing. I got a song. Let me write this one. I got another song. I
Right.
probably got a lot of songs that's in there.
Leave me a print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope you had fun sharing your story.
I did. It was great talking to you.
Oh yeah, I try to make sure I live by my tagline where we treat you like family. Comfortable to give me that Yoda game for that last question. That's all. Bring out the filet mignon, all that type of treatment because I need that real Yoda Jedi Master for that last question to help somebody. Sometimes I've had guests that were a little too uncomfortable. I'm like, well, I'm gonna crack a joke. I would do it.
Right. Break the ice.
I would do whatever I do to make you feel comfortable because I need you to really reflect. Give me that Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, cool. Whoever gonna hear this, they got the best out of that person that feel cool. Mission
Right.
but it made me work for it. Made me say jokes. At least I have to dance.
Right.
You didn't have a dance. I'll do something crazy if I got to. I ain't gonna put on
Make
TikTok.
you feel comfortable. Not TikTok.
Hey, yeah, I can't see it. People I know, they have to. I just can't. Shout made a TikTok. Look at it. He looks so. I don't know.
Look, you probably
Maybe I'm really in a silly mood. I might do it, but right now
TikTok is for authenticity. They'll love you.
But you don't know, man, because I sass people with jokes. Like, do I really want to open the door to that?
Right.
I had to get out my water balloons, put their name on it, and when it get warm, put some walk baths.
Right.
They had too many good jokes. I don't like it. Well, we definitely want to thank Detroit's own founder owner EVO-ART collection, Angel Young, sharing her story, having a great time in the middle ground. Hope everybody that's in Detroit area, because the snow is out there, drive safe or get off the road.
Yes.
Gotta be awesome if somehow it disappears in the morning and I don't have to shovel it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Oh, everything crossed.
You know, it's supposed to be like 40 degrees tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yes, I'm hoping it's like,
Right.
cool, I ain't gotta go out there.
Yes, I am ready for the summer.
Oh man, who you telling? Then at least I water grass, cut the grass. That's cool. But all that
shoveling and ice.
Hey Moses, you ain't parked to see enough, man. Come on. You're doing too much shoveling. Get that staff out here, man. Come on.
Right.
Working too hard. It's cold out here.
It's too much. Oh my goodness. My dog won't even go outside. It's hilarious.
I remember my cats have gotten out before. And when it was snowing, they kept out. I'm like, oh no, it's out there. You want to get freaky like Free Willy? Go. Have fun.
That is so funny. Yeah, he'll look at the snow and he'll just look like, you expect me to go out there?
It's cold in them streets.
It really is.
Detroit, man, you get all seasons in a week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not a fan of
it. You get 80, 60, 40, 30, 20 all in a week. Like
what's going on?
I think I need a coat today.
Right.
Madness.
Oh, can't do it.
But I hope everybody has a great weekend. Another great guest tomorrow, and another great show later for the Ground Floor Show. So everybody have a great night.